Started off dreaming, now we blow bags for the fuck of it. Toast every time we scratch something off our bucket list. My nigga, I've been praying more, staying away from sucker shit. It's crazy how you run across the show and fall in love with it. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, we gon' be here by an hour talking true events. Another week, another topic. To everyone that's here, thanks for watching. Yeah, Patty's about to keep it real. Stars gon' drop some knowledge. Trending topics and relationship advice. You write, they read them. Email us in the DM if you think your nigga cheating or your chick. Folks don't know what loyal is. Niggas scared to tell the truth. We tie the cap, then look no further than these two. Got opinionated views, but still we gotta state the facts. I done heard a lot of other niggas shows and I'ma pass. And every time they're here, they give you everything they have. Shit, what more can you ask? These two the perfect match. Run it back. Hey, mark it in your calendars. Don't miss this broadcast. Tonight we live. Don't be in the comments fucking up no vibes. And when other shows copy us, let's all laugh. They say it's flattery, but nah. Fuck your podcast.
Hey. All right, let me get the background music popping. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Fuck Your Podcast. I am Star.
And it's your girl, Patty Maya.
And all right, so we got to take our shots. What are we toasting to this week? I mean, yeah, this week. I did a toast last week. It's your time. It's your time to shine, baby.
Cool. Let's toast to July. Hopefully acting right. Let's toast to that.
Because I mean, this has
right.
Yes. This is a big
every
shot.
month.
I'm not taking all of this. This is a really big shot.
We gonna take it. How much you got?
I got.
We gonna take it.
All right, you ready? Jesus, and I'm drinking Don Julio tonight. So yeah. I mean, and I love my Julio. Don't get me wrong. I'm still waiting for them to sponsor us and shit like that. But you know, I've been dabbing in a little bit of Casamigos from time to time.
Straight liquor is not for me. It's not. I've come to the conclusion.
All right, so let's get into it. How was your weekend?
What did I do this weekend? Shit, my weekend was good. I feel like it was a good weekend, but everything just goes by so fast. I don't even know what days are what anymore.
Facts.
But it must have been good. I can't complain.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
Yo, I had I told you a little bit about it, but I had a crazy ass weekend. Well, not even like a weekend. Like the weekend was fine, but I actually had
the beginning of the week.
Like the beginning of the week. So that was Saturday that we had that real big storm. And like I know a lot of areas got hit, like Avon, Brockton, Stoughton, Holbrook, like all of the areas got hit around here. And like, lightning struck in the front of our yard. And I was by the fucking window. And like when the shit struck, I was like super scared because I've never in my life experienced something like that before. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when that shit hit, I was like, what the fuck?
So you seen it hit?
Yes, I seen it. Like, I
didn't know that. That's crazy.
It shook me. I've never been scared in my life. So when it hit, like the tree fell. The tree fell on the cars. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was shaking up. So when the tree hit, it like also hit another, like a neighbor's house down the street. A tree fell on their house, and it hit a cord. It hit a like not a cord, but a like
the pole, like the
yes.
Yeah.
So all the lights went out and everything. Hey, Ja. Hey, Stay Pure. Shout out to everybody tuning in. But yeah, so it hit a light pole and all the lights were out. So the lights was out for like 6 hours. We was without lights, and storm just kept getting worse and worse and worse. I thought that it was more lightning that was gonna hit. My neighbor's fence is all fucked up. It's like lightning hit her fence too. Like the shit was just crazy. I've never experienced something like that in my life.
Yeah. For you to really like see it hit
yeah.
the tree and and really do all that damage to your stuff. It's crazy.
Right.
It was really bad, honestly. Like I was outside when it was happening, so I seen the sky change. It went completely black. And I was like, yo, that shit does not look right. And that's what I was doing. I was headed to my brother's birthday in Boston. I don't know why this isn't fitting in my ear. I was headed to my brother's little birthday get together in Boston at my mom's house. And I just could not make it to Boston. The traffic was crazy. We were sitting in traffic for like a whole hour. It was taking us an hour to get to Mattapan. Okay. Yeah, we was like, no, fuck this. We're going home. That's God's way of saying go home. And on our way home, it was so flooded in like the Brockton, Avon area. It was so bad. So I could only imagine.
Right. But thank God, you know, even though it could have been worse, the house could have got hit. It didn't. You know what I'm saying? It was just a vehicle. You know, you always got to make sure you have insurance and shit like that. So everything worked out. Good. Thank God for the best.
Yes. Thank goodness nobody got injured.
Right.
It wasn't anything worse than what it was. Everything materialistic can be replaced.
Exactly. But all right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So we are still, I don't know how many days this is, but I know it's over 100. Still fighting for justice for Breonna Taylor. I'm gonna say that every show until she gets justice. But speaking of getting justice, this is a crazy situation that happened because with this young lady who you know was in she's a U.S. soldier, Vanessa Guillen. Guillen, she was 20 years old. She went missing from the U.S. Fort Hood Army base in Texas, where she was stationed. She was last seen in a parking lot on April 22nd, right? So she's been missing for that long. So before she went missing, she informed her family that she was being sexually harassed by one of her sergeants in Fort Hood. Now, she didn't identify the man by name, but before her disappearance, she spoke to her mother, Gloria. Her mother advised her to report him, but Vanessa informed her mom that she'll be able to handle it on her own. And also another woman had reported the sergeant and they were dismissed. So, when something like that happens and you're being like sexually harassed, sexually assaulted, you're going to feel away if somebody else had already reported the situation and you're getting easily dismissed, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So she thought that I guess she can put an end to it herself, but obviously she wasn't, because after that she went missing. Yeah. Now, you said that you did see an interview with her on the news, with her sister on the news talking. And what was her sister?
Yeah, I did. So basically her sister was just very upset. She was upset at the fact that she wasn't protected, that she's fighting for this country and nobody was there. She was on duty at the time that she went missing. So that's the even more crazy part, is that she was on duty. So the fact that she went missing, she was on base, on duty. She had just recently spoke out to her parents and her family about being sexually abused there. That seems like, a reason to murder someone. You know what I mean? That sounds like reason for somebody to do that. And there was a person that actually committed suicide when they were confronted by the police.
Right.
So
you were supposed to
go ahead and...
Oh, go ahead. So he's supposed to be a suspect, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be a suspect. Right. He was a suspect, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that he did it because, I feel like I don't know the reason why he committed suicide, but I feel like that's because you're holding in a big secret, whether you were an accomplice in, killing her or murdering her, or you were the one who sexually assaulted her, murdered her. Like there's so many different reasons, and I don't even want to get into it, but that's kind of like confessing.
Right. So the guy who was supposedly a suspect in her disappearance, his name was Aaron Davis Robertson. So they did show a picture of him on the news. He was a black male, and his estranged wife was also arrested in connection to the assault. Not really sure about the murder. So this is all allegedly. They're not really releasing a lot of details surrounding everything that happened, and I don't think they fully identified the body either.
No, they haven't yet.
Okay.
But the way they found her body, though, just for you guys that don't know, it still hasn't been confirmed, but the way that they found this body, which was near the Leon River, basically it was under cement, it was under lime, like it was like packaged into the ground. Basically, somebody was covering their tracks.
Imagine that shit. Like, you are fucking in a U.S. Army and you're fighting, okay? You're fighting for this fucking country, and the same people that you're working with and fighting for and fighting with, like, they can't even protect you. Like,
no.
And then not only
they were refused.
Right, they refused. So the U.S. Representative Sylvia Garcia reported that this is not the first time that they heard of allegations of sexual assault in the Army services. Now, this happens a lot, and a lot of females don't speak up about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it happens to males too.
Yeah, it happens to males too.
Yep. And that's the crazy thing about it. It's because, you know, if a female can't speak up, then, you know, a male's not going to speak up. But the good thing is what they're doing is they have a petition out right now, and almost 200,000 people have signed that petition to get Fort Hood closed for good. So let's hope for that, because that just seems like a place where a lot of molestation and abuse was going on with these young soldiers. And I just feel like that's a place that should not be, you know, that should not be running anymore. That's in Texas too. So, you know, they're a little crazy down there.
Right. So do you want to read Rum and Coke's comment?
Yes, I do. But right after I read that, I have to run to my bedroom to get my charger because my phone's going to die.
All right.
I'll go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
I can't.
You remind me of Whoopi when they're on The View. Whoopi be talking and the other lady be talking, and she'd be like, "Oh no, it's okay, it's okay," because it'd be like a disconnection. But anyways, Roman Coke said more high-rank officers are involved. The military CIDIs is a conflict of interest. They will not investigate properly. They're higher rank officers. No, they better fucking investigate, because if not, her sister and her family is coming after all of y'all.
Right, but I get that too, and it does seem like it's a bigger cover up, because if a lot of people are complaining about sexual harassment and sexual assault, and we don't really hear about it because, you know, off base and things like that, we're categorized as civilians, and, you know, they tend to handle things within their own.
And that's what her sister was saying.
Yeah,
in the interview.
That's not a good thing, because he's right. You're not, he or she, whoever typed that, they're right. They're not going to handle that in the appropriate way, because they're going to try to protect their own, even though she was one of their own. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucked up situation.
They want to protect their unit, their base.
Right.
But that's what her sister was saying. She was like, "Why do you guys always want to protect each other? Why?"
Right.
Like, what is it that you guys keep protecting each other from this situation, especially? You know, I feel like in no way, if you go anywhere or for any reason, should anybody be molested or sexually abused. Like, that is just, it's just so traumatic. And I just feel like this poor girl was 20 years old. You know what I mean? Probably just, you know, started to decide this is really what she wanted to do. Probably even loved it.
Just started her life. But look how people are viewing things now, like what goes on in the military. You just have to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a crazy situation. But like, speaking of like just sexual assault, so Jeffrey Epstein's partner.
Oh yes. What is her name? Ghislaine. Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yes, she was finally arrested. So we talked about the documentary before. Did anybody see that documentary? Did you see it?
No, I never cared for it. Did you?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, people are like, "Oh, yeah, yo, the documentary is good. It just shows you how things work in like that Hollywood industry, and just like you having money and you be able to, you know, you have power." Like, he was hanging with Donald Trump, he was hanging with the Clintons, he was hanging with mad different celebrities, and it's like
that tells you about some other celebrities too.
Exactly. So it's like Clinton claims he never met him or never was at his house, which is a lie. They have pictures when he was at their house. What else do they have? They have videos and things like that. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, okay, well, were they involved in that too? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, I feel like they were trafficking these underage girls. You know what I'm saying? And this happens all the time in Hollywood, but it gets swept under the rug. So she was finally arrested on Thursday, and she was charged because she helped and lured 3 girls, which one of them was young as 14 years old, to be sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein. So I feel like he had a lot of people, allegedly, you know, people saying he killed himself, but I feel like he had a lot of people that he was sex trafficking these girls to. Now, it could have been, you know, celebrities. It could have been people like politicians. It could have been police. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, you know, was being sex trafficked. So hopefully she gets charged. She's getting charged, but hopefully she actually does time, because unfortunately he wasn't able to do time. But if you see that documentary, the documentary is crazy. It's
okay,
really,
well,
really
I'm
crazy.
definitely putting that on my watch list.
Yes. My bad. But jumping into the next topic. So Maya Moore. So I don't know if you guys heard of her. She is a superstar in the WNBA. And speaking of the WNBA and the NBA, how do you feel, before I get into that, how do you feel about the NBA coming back? Because I've been getting a lot of mixed reviews. People are in their feelings. You know, people who love sports, yeah, I get it. But a lot of the Black players were basically saying that they didn't want to come back due to what's going on. And I agree with them. Like, I feel like it's not the time. If you have a big platform, use that platform and stand for justice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that you bringing back the NBA is going to change anything if you're not taking a stance. That's how I feel about that. What do you think?
I absolutely agree with you. I just feel like there were 19 NBA players that were confirmed to have, you know, COVID-19. I just feel like it's not the time. You know, let's continue to watch ESPN and watch all the, you know, the reruns, the old games. I'm down for that. We have tons. We have years and years of old games that we could watch if you really love basketball that much. But if you really love these NBA players, then you need to let them stay home for a little bit longer, because that's just too much contact. I feel like, you know what I mean? It's too many people. It's too much contact. I'm okay. I'm all set.
But not only that, like with these players playing, they're also risking the lives of their families. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It was like if you're bringing it you're bringing it to the arena, and you're affecting these people, and then these people are going home being around their family. You get what I'm saying? So it's crazy to put these players back in that same position.
Right.
I mean, that's just my opinion. But speaking of Maya Moore, she basically did something that most people, I feel, wouldn't do. Hold on. She actually took a year off to help overturn the conviction of Jonathan Irons, a 50-year. He was 50-year sentence for burglary and assault. Now, she met him in 2007 through like a prison ministry. And that, you know, over that time, they kind of like developed a sibling type of bond. But imagine you being a WNBA player, NFL, NBA, and you taking a year off to dedicate your life to make sure that somebody is out of prison. Now, she used her platform the way it's supposed to be used. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
that's being selfless.
Exactly. And that's basically what she said. She said more people can use their platform as celebrities, players, whatever. You can use your platform to stand for justice, to try to fight for justice and get people's, whether you're getting people's convictions overturned, you know, whether you're fighting for Black Lives Matter. You know, she's basically saying like, these are the things that you can do. Now, imagine being free after serving all that time in prison. You know what I'm saying? For something that a crime that you didn't commit. So, I mean, it's just like there's a lot of people in jail right now. Even like, you know, Kim Kardashian, people talk shit about her. You know, Kim Kardashian, she was able to, you know, get people their convictions overturned and things like that, or their case even looked at again. You know what I'm saying? Like use your platform for something other than just trying to sell your music. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like it's just like, I feel like, you know, as celebrities, no, you know, I don't feel like you don't have to look up to celebrities, but you know, if people are supporting you, you also have to support your community and the people that support you as well.
That's one thing I've always learned or heard of. Whenever you read these, entrepreneurship books, they always say once you make it or once you invest in yourself, you also have to invest in the people that invested in you, whether that be your community, your family, your friends. You have to invest in the people around you because you want them to build and grow as well. You want them to feel like they can do something as well. So the fact that she did this and she did it for him, that shows a lot about who she is. And that shows a lot about what other people can do and if they're not doing, that tells us a lot about them as well. So that's why they should take a break from the NBA and everybody should just find something to do. It should just help the world out at the time.
Right. I agree. So didn't you say earlier today, I know we were speaking earlier, 21 Savage, he is doing something as well. So he's using his platform.
He's definitely using his platform. He's so dope. I know a lot of people, underrate him. But let me tell you something. This man just started a financial resource program for young teens and young adults. Basically, he linked up with Chime. You guys know the banking company Chime? They're all over, Snapchat, Instagram, and So basically, what they're doing is they're going to show kids and young teens and young adults how to save money and how to make money. So giving them free resources. And I think that's pretty freaking dope. That's how you give back to your community.
Yeah, but we didn't have that growing up. You know what I'm saying? Just how to, be like financially stable and just be smart with your finances and investments and things like that. And I think that's what a lot of people do need that. You definitely need to know, how to budget your money. A lot of people don't know how to balance their checking account, their savings. I mean, because you're not really nobody's using checkbooks anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know anybody who's using checks. So as far as like how you used to balance your checkbook back in the day. And when I went to high school, that's what I'm saying. When I went to high school in Atlanta, and they taught that. They taught you how to balance out a checkbook and, just how to handle finances monthly. I feel like
classes, but
right, a lot of people are not taught that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like that's why you kind of find yourself in a financial hardship, or you're living paycheck to paycheck. And then, there's a lot of people that spend, beyond their means. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, or spend their paycheck before they even get it.
Right. But to teach the young kids financial literacy is a dope thing, because again, a lot of parents wasn't taught that. And, a lot of my peers wasn't taught that as well. So, and just like you said, you wasn't really taught that and don't know how to.
I was, especially not in grade school. Maybe in college, I was taught these things, and I learned these from mentors, how to save and how to invest and how to, budget. But other than that, nobody taught me in school how to do that. You learn your regular ABCs, you learn your 1, 2, 3. That's it. And that's why I hate public school.
Right. But the public school, and then they're like defunding the school system. It's just it's the public school.
Like, how do you take money from the school? That's taking money from the future. Like, these are the kids that's gonna run the world someday. Like, I don't think people understand that. When these kids or these students are in school and they give them this lack of education, it's like these are the people that's going to be running your world in a couple of years. So you make them as smart as you want to make them.
Right. Do you want to read Rum and Coke's comment?
I honestly can't even get onto YouTube. My internet is down. I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
I've been over here trying to. Yes, my internet is down over here.
Damn,
so I can't get my YouTube up.
Wow. It says the U.S. high schools are backwards. Those teens need to learn how to insurance. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. So car insurance, finances, budgeting, etc.
Okay, you try to do that while I turn my computer on and off.
Wait a minute. Who was class of 85? Who's he talking about? Are you talking about me?
Who is that? Don't do that to Star.
Yeah, I'm not that old. I'm old, but I ain't that old. I might need my glasses, but I ain't that old. But I just feel like it's a smart thing to do to teach your kids how to, just be able to save, move forward. Sometimes we don't hold on to our money and we let it go so quickly. And then just like spending dollars, like the Black community, we don't hold on to our money that long. And when I'm not even going to say y'all don't hold on to your money that long, because I know how to hold on to my money.
In fact, me too.
Apparently I was taxes. Thank you. Because I was like, what is that?
I was a Jew in my past life because I know how to save. I don't like spending money.
So it's just about building up the community and the young generation moving forward. And that's basically what it is. But again, as we get older, we do have to continue to teach the younger generation, and so forth and so on. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump into August Alsina. Now, I wanted to really kind of dive into this. And we don't have to really get too deep, but did you guys, a lot of people didn't see the actual documentary, nor did they see the interview. The media took one clip and ran with that shit. And I feel like that kind of painted him. Huh? What'd you say?
Twitter, they tore it up.
That kind of put him in a different light, and people's like, oh, him and Jada, this and that and whatever. So this is what I will say. He has gone through so much in his life. And, for people to take that one little thing out of it, out of everything that he said. Now, he never said that he had a sexual relationship. I didn't get that from the interview. Did you?
No. I didn't get that from him.
So we're I don't it was chopped and screwed, what you seen on social media, but he never said that he had a sexual relationship with him. But
he did say he was so deeply in love and he's never had a love like what he shared with Jada.
Right, but thing
even Tupac said that, and they never had a sexual relationship.
But
ever.
That's what I'm saying. So that's my thing. I don't know what she does to these men. You know what I'm saying? To make them fall.
She's like, oh no.
You know what I'm saying? To make them fall deeply in love with her, but it doesn't mean that he had a sexual relationship. So when I seen that clip, I was like, God damn, this nigga's out here spilling, he's spilling the tea. That's why you can't give these young niggas no pussy. That was me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was looking at it until I actually seen the full interview, because I sent it to you. I was like, God damn, he's telling everything.
Yeah. It kind of pissed me off though. It kind of pissed me off because a person, for me, I'm a fan of August Alsina. So he's always been pure. He's always just been so honest and emotional. And he's always given that to all of his albums. Mm-hmm. I've never heard of him in a real relationship prior to this situation.
Right.
Never. He doesn't expose his business out there like that other than his family.
Right.
When he lost his brother and he lost his sister, he doesn't tell much. Mm-hmm. So for him to get vulnerable, and I mentioned something about it last year when his music video came out, the Nunyan music video, and everybody was hinting he had a relationship with Jada. We didn't know what was going on. So he was like, yeah, he had a relationship with Jada, and she kind of dismissed him or whatever the case is. But there had to have been some type of connection. Whether y'all was sexting or texting or, communicating or having deep conversations, there had to be something there that gave him this feeling of deep love to the point that he felt like he couldn't survive
without her. So this is what I will say. It could have happened. He met her when he was 20,
22 or something
22.
Like that.
She was what, in her mid 40s, early 40s, and he was introduced by their son Jaden or whatever. But he said that he had a conversation. He sat down and had a conversation with Will due to the transition of their marriage to life partnership. I'm not really sure what that means. I know that they've had conversations on the red table, but they never really fully explain what that really means. Like a life partnership, does that mean that, even if we see other people, we're still in a life partnership? Like, I'm confused about that. Like, I don't.
That's kind of what that sounds like. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I've always heard rumors of them
having an open marriage.
Yeah, having an open marriage. So this didn't really surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
But when I heard August Alsina say that, when they changed from a sexual relationship or to a physical marriage, they don't even celebrate their marriage. So that's a hint there. They don't celebrate their anniversaries. They don't do that. Mm-hmm. They do believe in a partnership. And when I heard him say that, I'm like, you know what? Some people do that, especially for some people like them who's been together for like over 20 years. You know what I mean? At that point, it's a partnership. I don't know about the sleeping with other people and stuff, but I do know it's a partnership. At that point, it becomes life or death. Right. At that point, it becomes, whatever you do, I'm rocking with you because I signed up for this. We have so many investments together. We have so many bonds together. We have so many things that connect us and tie us that we cannot part. At this point, we're a partnership, no matter what happens.
Right.
So I can see that happening. And if you're not being sexual with each other, then, I mean, you can clearly have a relationship and be non-sexual with somebody else as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's different ways people can have a deep connection. But Tisha Campbell, she was close friends with them. Her Dwayne Martin, her husband, he was close friends with Will or whatever. And she basically kind of like said some things, and it wasn't like clearly. People were just basically making assumptions. Like she was like, oh yeah, well, the truth is going to come out and they're just going to lie. They're going to lie to the end. And, and people were assuming that she was talking about, the truth with August Alsina and Jada, or just them having an open marriage in general or whatever. But I don't know. You know how I feel about the whole open marriage situation. We've had different talks about it. Sade said that she was just talking about that too, open marriage.
Was you? And how do you feel about it, Sade?
Yeah, Sade, how do you feel about it? I mean, again, to each his own, but like, at some point I feel like, she kind of took advantage of him while he was very vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Because he went through so much. And if you guys haven't seen that
as a child, as a young man, as an adult, he's still going through so much trauma.
Exactly. So Tanika was like, oh, he's out here running his mouth. But obviously Tanika did not see the interview, which I clearly sent to you and told you to look at it.
And the thing is, it's like when you're so deeply invested in somebody, like he said that once Will gave him the permission or the go-to, and this is just me speaking from what I heard or from what he said, okay? This is me feeling off of, giving my emotions off of what he gave.
Right.
When he said that he waited for the blessing that Will gave, and then once Will gave that blessing, he's fully committed to Jada. He fully committed to whatever type of relationship, whatever type of dynamic they were gonna have, he committed himself to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if
sorry to cut you off, but what I got out of it too, that even though he committed himself, to me it seemed like it was very toxic for him as well. So he had to remove himself from that.
That's what I'm saying. So you're committing yourself to someone. You're fully invested in a relationship that you can't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You can't embrace what you're feeling. You can't be happy about what you're feeling. Because no matter what, at the end of the day, that's still somebody else's wife.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? You have to keep that shit bottled up. And then when you're hurt because she wants to end it, or, something tragic happens where you have to end it, and you're like, it's like a rug pulled underneath you. It's like, shit.
Right.
Like now what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
So what else do you do when you're hurt and you're vulnerable? You start telling how you're feeling to other people, hoping that somebody would relate to you.
Well, I mean, I don't think it came out that way. You know what I'm saying? Like he has an album. He's just basically opening himself up, letting people know what's transpired with him over the time that he's been out of the spotlight, like his health, his relationship,
That
his
song
life in general.
though.
But wait,
That
so
song,
just
that video that he made, Nunya, that was a cry for help, and that was a year ago.
I mean,
That was a year ago from this.
But again, that's why he did what he is doing now. You know what I'm saying? His documentary, he did the interview with Angela Yee and his album. Like you guys, if you guys take a look at the interview, he's expressing everything that has transitioned in his life. Now,
and that's how you free yourself when you're going through a transition. You have to go through it silently. And then once you're ready and once you've healed from that, that's when you can talk about it and kind of like let everybody understand what you're going through.
Right. So Sade said that shows that women, it's okay for your man to have another woman as long as he makes her promises. I'm all set with that. I'm too selfish. I agree. Calvin said you might as well be single if you want to have an open marriage. Sade said I don't agree with it. It causes more problems. True. He's too soft. I thought August was gay anyways. Well,
don't do August like that.
I mean, I don't feel like he's too soft. I just feel like he's somebody who is not afraid to express himself. A lot of men nowadays, they be so afraid of emotions, and you know what I'm saying, because they don't want to be.
That's why they can't commit to anything.
Yeah, they don't want to be looked at as weak. And I feel like, he took a step. He's true to himself, and he is okay. And it probably took him some time, but he's okay to let you know what he's gone through and his transition.
Yeah, before you judge him, watch his documentary and watch that interview, because the shit he went through, a lot of people can relate to, and the fact that he's still open to love and he's still vulnerable to love, like that's a person who's really working on themselves. So I'm actually proud of August Alsina. And guess what? Jada Pinkett is bringing herself to the tabletop. To the red tabletop.
She is going to bring.
So I'm going to be tuning in. And to be honest, I don't even know what I'm smoking on.
He's probably gonna lie. No, sir. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
I sure.
Tanika said, some people are built for open relationships, some are not. Me and Tanika had this discussion. She is not built for an open relationship because she is batshit crazy, so it's never gonna happen.
I'm not built for it.
Jada is out here not giving two fucks about August or the rumors. I mean, whatever. People took what they wanted to take from that shit, but we're gonna go ahead and jump into the relationship topics.
That's for Lulu, who wanted to know what I was smoking. I don't know if it's sativa or indica. But let's go on and hop into these relationship topics.
I'm gonna need you not to put that in the camera like you're promoting drugs. You could have just named that out.
Hey everybody. All right, so we have a few letters from a few viewers. I'm not gonna say who they are, but I honestly picked the most craziest ones because these shits. Yeah. Sometimes I be ready to give up on y'all. Like, you know what? Figure it out yourself. Anyways, dear FY podcast, I've been married to my wife for 3 years and together 4 years before that. I recently found her in our bed with a man I have known to be her gay best friend since I have known her. I have come to the decision I want a divorce.
Yo, what? Okay, go ahead. I'm done. I'm sorry. I always do that. Okay, go.
Me too. I feel that. I have come to the decision I want a divorce. We are still living together, but I have moved into the basement. She asked if we can have a discussion about what I saw, and I just don't think I can stomach an answer from her. I asked my homeboy, and he told me I should give her a chance to talk. I want to know from a woman's point of view, should I give her that chance if I've already lost trust? Go ahead,
Hell no. Okay, so wait a minute. First of all, let me just jump into the topic. So TJ said, man, F that, let me have a loyal one that will stay true. Mr. Austin said she's gonna lie and act like she never cared for him. Watch. Yeah, she may. Sade said she came from a bloodline of pimps. I can't deal. But anyway, I don't feel like
the Smiths are winning.
She probably been smashing him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was probably smashing him before y'all got married.
Yeah.
And she's trifling. She belongs to the
give
streets.
it up.
I retired. She belongs to the streets, but nah, she definitely belongs to the streets. Like, how the audacity, and then you're doing it in their house. in their bed.
On my bed.
Like that shit's
on my bed.
Crazy as hell. Like imagine
I've already lost respect for you. I lost trust for you, and I lost my bed.
But not only that, like what at this point, what is there to talk about? Now I can see if I caught you out cheating somewhere else, but you're so
like
comfortable.
Person.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it wasn't a random person, you're so comfortable that you are in our bed that we share as a married couple. You know what I'm saying? You're in my comfort
multiple times.
Exactly. So that means this is not something that's new to you. This is something that's been going on.
Yeah.
Because you're too comfortable.
Hang it up. Ask for the divorce. You know.
She's for the street.
I don't know, like, let us know if y'all have any reason to like stay married. I don't know what's like keeping you there, but I would have been out the house. Fuck the basement. I would have been gone.
This is what I will say. Some people, some married couples can work through infidelity. You know what I'm saying? Some people can't. That's okay. Because I'm gonna say this. Like people always have this narrative like, oh, if my dude cheat on me, fuck that, I'm leaving, blah blah blah. But a lot of females don't. But a lot of females don't though. Like, let's be honest. Let's be real about some shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of females don't leave, just like dudes.
Well, females, yeah,
I know.
It's crazy.
I know some dudes who their girl have cheated on them and they didn't leave. And they never cheated on their girl. Like, you get what I'm saying? It wasn't a typical situation. Like, he forgave his girl and he stayed and they worked it out.
Well, that's good. I just feel like, you know, some situations you can save, but this one, to me, that's too personal. Like, you're saying that shit gay best friend. You know what I mean? As like a man, you know, you're probably kicking it with him. You're probably saying hi to him. That, you know, like, you don't know what situation
they've been dating the whole time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that would just make me just feel like this whole relationship is a lie. You can keep it, sis. You can keep the house. You can keep the bed. You can keep the car. I don't want nothing to do with it because you probably had sex with him all over this situation.
Right.
And I'm not married now.
I mean, the thing is, if he really loves his wife, he may be willing to work it out. Like, yeah, he may be asking us for our advice and what we should do. But you know what I'm saying? If he's asking us, obviously there's still some love there. And a marriage is so much different than being in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Like, I joke around all the time, you know, like, oh, fuck that, blah, blah, blah. But it's like when it's a marriage, it's a lot different. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, you're supposed to hold your vows, you know, to the highest, and that other person may not, but you know,
I mean, he can hear her out. That don't mean he gotta stay.
But he may, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people be like, oh, fuck that, but some people may stay. I'm not saying I'm gonna stay because you already know I'm halfway to Mexico because I didn't shot some shit up.
Shit happens, but I was like, me, that's me as fuck. I know shit happens, but that just seems like personal.
So, okay, so before we jump into the next topic, like, speaking of that, somebody sent me something as well. It's like, how do you keep your feelings intact when you are dealing, when you're feeling, I can't even talk, when you're dealing with someone who is not fully out of a situation? How do you, like, I gave them my advice, but I was still gonna do it on the show. Like, what advice can you give someone who, you know, they're dating, they're messing around with someone, they're trying to keep their feelings intact.
Yeah, but is that other person trying to get out of that relationship, or is that what they're being told? That
I wouldn't say that other person is in a relationship, but that other person is in a situation. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's not like they're still dealing with a situation that they're
like
trying
a baby mama or something.
Yeah, something like that, like trying to move away from. But it's like, how do you keep your feelings intact when, you know, because when you're first talking to somebody, you have that, you get butterflies and, you know, y'all around each other, you know, y'all are chilling. And, you know, a lot of times we'd be like, oh, well, you know, I'm not really trying to catch feelings, but you do catch feelings, especially when you guys are having sex or, you know, making love or, you know, whatever. Love me. I don't know, whatever.
Right.
But it's hard.
In that situation. Yeah, in that situation, if you're dealing with somebody who's seriously trying to get themselves out of a situationship, then just you have to just keep your feelings as deep inside as you can, because if they're really for you, then they're gonna make sure that you're not dealing with the shit that they're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
They're just gonna make sure that they're focused on you and you're happy, and that's it. So you wouldn't even have to worry about all this other shit.
Right. So I would say this: when dealing with somebody who's in a situation, it's hard to keep your feelings intact if you have already took it to that next level of having sex. I would have refrained from like having any type of, I would always refrain from having any type of sexual relations with anybody who is in a situation. Now, I don't know if they had sexual relations or whatever, but if feelings are getting involved, I'm just assuming. But I just feel like it's hard at this point to keep your feelings at bay, but you just have to make sure that that person is taking the right steps to get out of that situation, so you're not hurt in the end. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. But go ahead.
No, I just feel like, it's hard because I've been in a situation like that. Granted, the situation that I wasn't like that didn't end well, so you choose your own battles. But when you're dealing with a situation where somebody is dealing with other people that they don't want to be with, so they say, whatever the case is, if you really like them, then just stick it out and try not to be like bitter, because what they're looking for is somebody who's not going to judge them and not going to make them feel like they're less than because they're dealing with that situation. They want somebody who's going to love them and hold them through that.
Now, let me ask you a question all right? Like, say that you started messing with somebody and he was in like a relationship, like, but their relationship went sour, and, he's like, yeah, me and my girl, we're not seeing eye to eye. Like, things is kind of in a fucked up situation, but like, we're trying to chill on each other. Now, if you were talking to that person, like, would you really be in a committed relationship with them or trust them moving forward? Yeah,
that's completely different. Like, if somebody's in a relationship, whether y'all are on a break or y'all ain't talking and y'all trying to figure it out, that person's still in a fucking relationship. At the end of the day, when you're done with your relationship and you're ready, you can hit me up.
Mm-hmm.
That's
but
different.
I still feel like it would be trust issues there, because the nigga tried to holler at you.
Right, while you're
in a relationship, right? So it's kind of like, I'm straight. Yeah, these niggas belong to the streets. All right, go ahead. Next one.
Okay. Dear FY Podcast, I met a new boo on Facebook and found out he lives close to me. We have been texting and calling each other every day. We went on a few late night bar dates, and he has even dropped me off some work at lunch. But now he has been FaceTiming me nonstop. I don't mind the texting and calling, but I can't do the FaceTime. I have a family, and I really can't have my husband getting suspicious.
Wait a minute. Where is all these cheaters coming from? Yo, you definitely pick some spicy shit. Yo, what?
I also don't want my new boo to feel like I don't want him to talk, like I don't want to talk to him. What do? I need help. Bitch, you do.
Yo, this is my thing. First of all, y'all already know how we are, okay? So you know that I'm going to tell you
as soon as you hit that, they knew.
Right, you fucking already knew. Like, yo, first of all, you're talking about your new boo. Like, bitch, what? And you got a whole husband at home? Like, that's some straight
she said, I have a family and I really can't have my husband getting suspicious.
Like, yo, why did you even listen? I appreciate you tuning into us. I appreciate whether you're streaming us or whatever. I appreciate it. But come on, beloved. You already knew that I was gonna say that you belong to the streets. Like you got a whole husband, you got a whole family, and you're out here entertaining.
What about the kids?
How many kids do she got? Did she say?
What about the kids? Nah, I don't know.
Well, obviously she said fuck them kids because.
But I was snooping on her page and she has 3 kids. I'm just gonna say that.
Wow. Like, yo, you have a whole family. Like, seriously.
So yeah.
I don't understand it, yo.
You do need help. You do need help. I feel like you need to not have a boyfriend while you have a husband. I just think that that's not okay.
I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this. Now, when we're in relationships and we are in a relationship or in a marriage, you get to a point where sometimes the chemistry is not there anymore, or you feel like the sex isn't as good as it was. You know what I'm saying? You may have those periods, especially if you've been in a long relationship for years and years, or if you've been in a marriage for years and years. But that
so what do you do?
No. Let me finish. Yeah. That does not give you an excuse to start mixing and mingling with niggas and these little side bitches in the street. It does not give you the right to do.
So what would you suggest she do? Because I
think it's you either fix your marriage or you get a fucking divorce. Fuck all that. What should you do with the FaceTime? No. It's either you're gonna be with your husband and be in a committed marriage to your husband, or you're gonna fucking get a divorce. There's no.
And you got yourself in this situation, honey. Like
as hell.
Yeah, your husband has every right to be suspicious. He's an idiot if he's not suspicious. He probably already know what you're doing. He probably got a new bitch himself.
Right.
He ain't worried about what the fuck you doing.
And then not only that, when the tables turn, bitches be all in there feeling, I can't believe he did this to me. I gave him the best years of my life. No, bitch, your pussy belongs to the streets.
Whole time she be crying on her boyfriend's shoulder talking about her husband.
Right. I can't believe he did this to me. But you was over here sucking his dick the whole time. Like, no, it don't work that way.
My thing is, where did you think that your relationship was going when you're already in a, you know what? I'm gonna just
exactly.
I'm gonna just leave it alone. All right. Yes. The last one. I'm gonna save my drink for the last one.
But wait, okay, so speaking of hold on.
She should get a divorce. I know that's right.
Okay, this is another thing too, okay? Before we get into the last topic. So, being in a relationship and just for instance, she's like cheating on her husband or whatever, but just like a guy cheating on a girl or a dude cheating on a female. Like, when do you realize what your self-worth is? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're in a relationship where the nigga just don't have no respect for you, you know what I'm saying? Or the nigga, he just cheats on you, and vice versa, because women can be just as devious too. You know what I'm saying?
Look at August Alsina.
Right. But when do you realize your self-worth, and at what brink, like, have you ever been in a position to where you was just like, yo, like, first of all, wait a minute, wait. Like, you dialed it back a bit. Like, wait a minute, I'm worth a little bit more than this. Like, my self-esteem is a little bit low. But like, have you ever been in a position or had a breaking point where you realize, like, yo, my self-worth, this is, you know what I'm saying, I'm worth more than this? Or have anybody ever like told you, like, you know what, yo, you're better than that, you're worth more than that? Have you ever been in a position like that?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes, yo, how high are you? Last week I asked you how drunk you were. Yo, I cannot.
Yeah, have you ever been in a situation?
Yo, I cannot deal, dude. Yes, I'm talking to your ass.
No, I have been in no situation that, like, okay. I've been in a situation where I probably should have seen the signs, but I've never been in no situation like, I know I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I know this other person has a person and this is not right. I just cannot be a side person. I cannot be or have, I just cannot. I'm okay. I don't want to be that side situation.
Right. So
like, maybe if I had the side situation, but I don't want to be the side situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
just I get it. So, somebody said you need to lay off the weed.
Well, too bad.
So
that's too bad.
So, damn it, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so I've been in a position where, I I realized the relationship that I was in, it was toxic. I'm just like, you know what? Like, this isn't for me. Like, you know how you're in a relationship and you're young and you're just like, you know, your first love and you're just, you know what I'm saying? Or you're just young and dumb. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you're just like, you're going with the flow. And then you realize like, yo, this nigga ain't shit. When I tell you he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have fun together. We have good times and things like that. But the way that the relationship went and the way that it, you know, transitioned, you just kind of know that, you know what? I'm gonna step away from this because I feel like I'm worth more than what he's willing to give. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people don't, a lot of people can't see it at an early age. You know what I'm saying? It takes women years to figure out what their self-worth is. You know what I'm saying? But me at a younger age, I was like, yo, this ain't it. This ain't it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm worth more than this. I can do more than this. I want more out of life. And I stepped back from that situation and I moved forward.
Yeah.
Look at me now, baby. I'm out here.
What?
I said, look at me now, baby. I'm out here. Tanika said, hell yes, he is. He said he was going to cut me off when I broke up with him. Bye, Tanika. Salute to all the faithful Black men out here. Yo, P just want to start trouble in the comments. P, first of all, you know what, P? I was listening to the podcast and I didn't know that you were abused, and I'm sorry that your girl abused you. And I just feel like that's why you are the way you are. I finally figured it out. So he said that his girl used to pop off a lot. And when a girl was talking to him and using hand gestures, he was, you know, that's an abusive man. That is an abusive man. So P was abused, and
oh my goodness.
You know, I feel for P. I feel for him. All right, go ahead and jump into the next one.
All right. So the last one, Dear FY podcast. I started a new relationship a month ago. He seems great, but the sex is mediocre. I have been in 2 relationships before him, and both men were really confident in the bedroom. My man now, he seems shy, like he doesn't know what he's doing. When he eats me out, he only licks the clit, and I am just over the missionary position. I'm not sure if he is lazy or if he really doesn't know what he's doing. So I started to show him how I liked it, and he apologized and told me that his ex-girlfriend told him that women only like their clit aroused. Can someone please tell me who these women are that only like their clit pleasure during sex?
I don't know. I can't vouch for those women. Can you?
I can't. I'm okay. So yes, the clitoris is the part where you get maybe the most sensation, but there's more pussy there. Like there's like, you know what I mean? Like if you're just stuck on a clit, then that's only half of the pussy, probably 1/3 of the pussy. You need to get further in there. You know, you gotta really take a look at what you're eating. Look at your plate.
You just DJ in the pussy. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is that? Would get mad uncomfortable. I'm sure it's painful. Like, no. Let him know there was more pussy there.
Yeah, I mean that's hard. I don't know. Maybe it's what she was used to. I think sometimes I feel like a lot of people don't have a lot of experience in the bedroom, and you know they kind of go with the flow. Like people watch porn and think that that's sex. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way to do it and things like that. You know, shout out to Pornhub or whatever. But I just feel like that's not the best. You know.
No, it's not the best sex ed. It's not.
Right, it's not. So, and I feel like you have to kind of know a woman's body, and just like men, like you know, you have to know a man's body. Like you have to be very in tune with your body. Like I feel like you have to be very in tune with your body. Yeah, you definitely have to be willing to learn. I feel like a lot of people are just used to basic sex. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's so much, you know.
so many different positions, so many things, you know, that can arouse you that you probably wouldn't even know. Like if you really take the time to get to know your partner and what they like, that's how you learn sex. It's not about, oh, well, this partner, well, I mean, I'm not trying to like down her, but like, it's not about what your other partner said. It's
Right.
about what you're willing to teach your current partner. And if he's willing to learn, you know, he apologized to you. He said, you know, that's what his ex-girlfriend did. Guess what? She's a basic bitch. You're a bad bitch. You deserve
Very
your
basic.
pleasure. You know what I mean? So you're going to let him know how you like it. And then he's going to know how to do it. So the next time it's going to be amazing. He's just going to get better because you're just going to keep teaching him. That's how you learn.
I get it. So, you know, speaking of just like sex and just kind of knowing your body. So, you know, New York is opening up, they opened up their sex club again. So, you know, New York has like, they're like infamous for like underground sex clubs.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out like, damn, so y'all are opening that during like the Corona season. Cause I think
they're hot and ready.
Right. So yeah, hot and ready. All right. So they opened it up during phase 2. And I think they were only like 10% capacity, but the rules were like you couldn't engage into like group sex. It could only be
you
like,
have to only have sex with the people you came with.
Exactly. So and then they were saying like they had like hand sanitizer stations and shit like that. I'm just like, okay, whatever. But
just
you know,
stay home, y'all.
Like, would you be down for like sex clubs? I think we talked about this before, but like if like that's some kinky shit that your partner was into, and it didn't involve slapping you in the face like last week, you know, would you be down to do like sex clubs?
You know I'm submissive. So if it's something that my partner wants to do, I might try it at least once. And if I don't like it, then I don't want to do it again. But at least I tried it for my partner. But I don't know. I'm not opposed to a sex club. It's just ever since Corona came out, I'm just like, to everything. And a sex club just seems like really like, no, that's dirty as fuck.
All right, so post Corona, like let's pretend Corona never
happened. Or like there was like Corona never happened. Yeah, we can go to a sex club. You know, I love me some strip clubs. I basically went to a sex club in fucking Jamaica. I think that's what that was, because that shit was not that was not.
No, that was a strip club where they was just fucking, baby.
They were selling
pussy. They were selling pussy.
Everybody was fucking. I was so confused. We had to leave. That shit was crazy.
That was not a sex club. This was in there selling box.
Yo, we had to go.
Yeah,
that shit was not okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. If my man want to do it, you know.
Yeah, Tanika said I never heard of this underground sex party. Where is it? New York. So you, of course, you have to be a member, and I don't know if you have to be like referred. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you do referrals, but you know, like, okay, so yeah, you would be down to go to a sex club, but would you be down to participate if that's what your partner was into? And then if he wasn't, would you let him do it and you watch him?
What?
This is you opening up your, you know, you're doing this for your partner. You said you're submissive. You said that you're submissive. So
no, I'm not that motherfucker. I'm not submissive. I'm not dumb, bitch. No. Do what you want to me, not her.
Okay, but what if this was what he was into prior to y'all dating?
Well, he gonna have to go with that bitch. I don't want it. I'm not ready to share no more. I don't want to.
I'm not ready to share no more. Yo, I cannot fucking deal, dude. What?
What I'm saying is, I'll go. What I'm saying is, here you go in the comments. What I'm saying is, I'll go to a sex club and have sex with my man while we're watching other people, but I don't want to share my nigga no more. I decided. I'm greedy now.
Yeah, I can't deal with you at no level. But all right.
Thank you, P. That's the first time P made sense all night. He said threesomes are mad work.
It is a lot of work. I mean, I've never had it, but you know, I've seen porn. It looks very uncomfortable.
There's too many people you gotta like, you know, cater to and shit. Yeah. I don't want my nigga catering to no other bitch. All so let's just dead that. Right. I don't want to do that.
So I cannot deal. All right, but what's the craziest thing that you did to a dude and he still wanted to fuck with you? I mean, like it could be like the craziest thing ever and he still wanted to fuck with you. Because niggas seem to nowadays, they love disrespect. So you can disrespect them in a worse way and they say like, yeah, you know, I get it. But when can I take you out on a date? Some niggas is very thirsty.
I stabbed someone before.
What?
I didn't mean to.
Oh, wow.
I did. It wasn't even somebody I was in a relationship. Yeah, it wasn't even somebody I was in a relationship with. Like literally, I didn't even mean to stab them. There was like something on my like keys that I had that was like poking out, and they like came up to me real fast and it poked them because the way I had it in my hand. And I apologized, and he was cool with it, and we was cool after that. But we never like dated or nothing like that. But he was real, like, we still kicked it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever did anything crazy enough where, I don't know, I bust out a few windows, flatten a few tires. That's regular shit though, right? Isn't that regular? Is that regular?
That's normal. That's so
normal.
Don't ask me, bitch, because that's normal as shit to me.
Yeah, sure, I think it's normal. Like when a nigga piss you off and you're just like, yeah, okay, well, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. And that's just that. All right, so the last one that somebody sent me in, hold on, let me go to it. Okay. Now, what would you do if a dude's been sliding in your inbox for months, almost a year, trying to holler at you, and your friend asks you to go out on a double date? I mean, no, wait, let me backtrack. He's been trying to holler at you and you told him you were straight. Your friend asked you to go out on a double date, and when she shows up, it's with him. Would you tell your friend or would you let it go?
You gotta let it go, boo.
You would let it go?
You gotta let it go, because you can't be the friend that was like, well, he was in my team last week. Like, you know, you can't do that.
I don't know.
You gotta let your friend live her best life.
Yeah.
You didn't want him. Ain't nothing happened.
Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already.
I guess. I guess you can tell your friend, but don't be like on some weird shit. Just be like, you know, just so you know, he was, you know, trying to holler at me. But I told him I'm good, like I'm straight. I'm with, you know, old boy over here. But I just wanted to let you know he'd be thirsty like that. That's all I was gonna say.
That's what you would say? Well, it depends on how close friends we are. Like, I mean, you know, sometimes you can be friends with somebody and be like, oh, you know, what are you doing this weekend? Let's go out on a double date, y'all. You know, kick it from time to time. But like, if that was like my homegirl, like I'd be like, yo, this nigga is foul ass shit. I mean, and if that's your homegirl, then you know what I'm saying, she gonna fuck with you regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's just what it is. But I would definitely say something. Yeah. But then
it's just so weird. But it's like you don't want to make the nigga seem thirsty, but it's like he kind of was.
Yeah, but
he could be a good dude. I don't know. I just didn't like him. So
right, but she was saying that what are y'all doing in the comments, yo? Hold on. I'm not gonna put y'all on blast. I'm gonna let y'all do your thing. Anyway, so she was basically saying that, you know, the dude was being like super awkward all night, and you know, she didn't want to ruin it, and you know, so she had let it go. But she's like in a position now to where, you know, she wants to go out again, you know, on a double date, because she's like, oh yeah, we had so much fun, you know. Not knowing that it's like, I don't want to go out with you no more.
Right. So, yeah. Like, that was cool and all, but all right. Now we got to have a talk. It's so weird. It's so weird because it's like, you don't want to seem like that friend who's like, you know, he was in my DMs, but you don't also want to make it seem like you care because you don't.
Right. But yeah, I
You
mean,
just gotta be
maybe
honest.
it may not be worth it to say anything, especially if you wasn't trying to give him no play.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. It depends on how the night goes. You just gotta feel it out, girl.
Right.
Yeah.
What's up, Black Gold? So you finally caught us, and it's almost at the end. Double dates are trash. I don't feel like double dates are trash. It just depends on if you're with a good couple. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're with a chill couple and y'all like to do the same things, some double dates can be very awkward, especially if you know what I'm saying, the two dudes is just not clicking. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how it is with guys and you don't really know if your dude's gonna click with the other
Their
dude.
egos, yeah, they be not
Right.
trying to say nothing to nobody.
Right, they be ego tripping. Yeah, so that shit can be like super awkward though. I do feel that. Um so wait, there was another thing that you were gonna say with August Alsina. He was talking about his private
Dick
part.
having low, yeah, his dick had low self-esteem, but we kind of already talked about that.
Mm,
Like, did you ever fuck with somebody that you just knew you was not worth it?
right.
Like they wasn't worth
That
it.
came to me. All right.
But yeah, I realized my pussy never had low self-esteem like that.
Okay, well, I'm right because it's fire. Don't so no, but the only reason why I brought that up because Peenan was talking about that on their podcast when they were saying that have you ever had like trash box, like a girl just never made you, come or whatever. Even though like, us females, guys, you know, it happens all the time with us. But have you been in a position where, he had low self-esteem with his dick? Fine, that's fine. But reverse, you know what I'm saying? Like, been in a position where you never made a dude come at all. And can niggas really fake it?
I don't think a dude could fake it. Like, I think you can tell.
Ooh, wait a minute. All right. So, Pure Passion says, I don't know because I told my girl I seen her boy in a club with another chick and she busted the windows out of his car, but later she got mad. Yeah, she probably got mad at you because she didn't want nobody to know that her dude was a cheater. That happened.
Yeah,
That happened.
and he probably lied to her. Like, that wasn't me. Your friend's lying. You know how people are.
You know what I said? I mean, and we talked about this on the show before. Trying to tell somebody that their partner is cheating, that's something that I don't think that I want to be in a position to do because they're eventually going to get mad at you. So how are you? You know what I'm saying? Like that's basically going to ruin your relationship with that person because especially if it's a female that is like, yo, I believe my man, I trust my man. Or did you take a picture? You get what I'm saying?
Believe this, bitch. I'm about to send you a video. Fuck a picture. I will crouch down. I will put on a disguise. I will get you your evidence. If I'm coming to you, it's because I got the evidence.
But if it's your best friend, like you have best friends, so if you're best friends, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't ruin you guys' relationship. Like I know that I can come to like Tanika, vice versa, like because I'm gonna believe her because there's no reason why she would lie to me.
Right.
And vice versa like that. So I mean with things like that, you have to be careful, but you also have to be careful on telling people that their dude or their chick is cheating because that could definitely cause confrontation between you. You comment?
Yeah, P said faking that Harlem Shake, say and pull out. First of all, it's not that easy. If y'all really having sex, like you can tell, like you can look at a condom or look at the area and see that clearly nothing was given out. And if it is, then you're probably not healthy. And I'd probably act like you good. But I've never dealt with that situation, so I don't know.
Wait, I feel like it's easier for women to fake it than it is for men. But go ahead.
Way easier for a woman to fake it. Like I gotta go to sleep. I got work in the morning. Let's make this quick. Type of fake it, okay? But Black Gold Soul said, if my girl catch me cheating, I'm not gonna forgive her. She has to earn my trust back. You know what?
What? Okay. You know what? Put your girl on the line. I gotta see that real quick.
No, I seen this shit the other day. Basically, just like if you get caught cheating, like basically I lost my trust in you because you was going through my shit.
Oh hell no.
Like, first of all, we're not gonna switch this.
That's
what
like
would
a
you do?
fucking psychopath right there.
That's mad a psychopath.
Right. Trying to
Like,
switch
now I
it
can't
around.
trust you because you found out I was cheating on you.
Right.
Like, what?
They try to flip it around on you. Yeah. Fuck them. But you know, what did fucking Meg Thee Stallion say? Damn, I can't even remember her new song. Did you listen to her new song?
No, I'm sorry. I've been so bad.
Okay. But anyway, she said something about relating to if the dick wasn't popping, then it just don't count. I'll get the words together next week. But anyway, I will go ahead and end the show. but it's true though. Like if the dick was trash, then it doesn't count.
It don't count. Yeah.
Like I'm not. And then if you say that we had sexual relations, like Bill Clinton,
denying it.
I'm denying it because
I did not have sexual relations with that man.
I'm who? What? When was this? Negative. Anyway, hold on. What did read the last 3 comments and then we out.
Shaquem said, haha, that loose goose will do that. Sade said, I can't relate. Selfie video, a movie. Pure passion sweet says, but I told her to go out with me, but she chose to stay at home to wait on him. But he was at the club with another chick. Yep, that's her fault.
That is her fault. Black men don't cheat. Sometimes we out here test driving our next girl. Okay, all right, I'm done.
You know what? As long as y'all test driver first, you know what I mean?
My cousin said, true, it doesn't count. Facts. Facts, Brandy. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. You can follow us on Instagram at FY Podcast. On Instagram, Gmail is FY Podcast 1. Gmail, my Instagram is STARZZEE. Yo, I be looking all over and not at the camera. Patty Mayo is Patty Mayo 2 Y's. But thank you guys for always rocking out with us. We love you guys. And remember to continue to support each other, uplift each other, buy Black if possible, continue to support small businesses. Shout out to Sheer Ink and Mattapan. If you guys need a haircut, ask for Phil. He is the owner. And shout out to Pure Passions for always rocking out with us. Shout out to P from What's Up With a Podcast, Neek's Kitchen. Deb, I haven't seen her in the comments tonight, but shout out to Deb and anybody else who I missed. Shout out to the homie from Dedicated to the Grind. He's always checking in, giving his feedback every week on the podcast. So salute to you. Make sure y'all check him out. He has some dope merch or whatever.
I need some.
Yes. So shout out to him. And shout out to Mr. Austin. He does photography as well. That's my cousin. So y'all can find him on Instagram. Cuz make sure you put your link below. And shout out to, did I say Neek's Kitchen already?
You did.
Okay. And then shout out to us, yo. You know what I'm saying? We come out here week after week after week, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we out here, we doing our thing. But we out. You want to say anything?
No, that's it. You said everything. Good night, you guys. See y'all next week.